Race faker Rachel Dolezal has claimed she has been unable to find a job over the past 6 years after it was revealed that she was a white woman pretending to be black. Dolezal, 43, told Tamron Hall that even after changing her name to Nkechi Amare Diallo, a West African way of saying gift from the gods, in 2017, she is still recognized and never gets past the interview. The former NAACP leader, who says she still sees herself as black, claimed it has been really tough and that she wishes people could see me more for her. Even after moving to Tucson, Arizona, last year where her teenage son was going to college, the single mother of 3 said she has been forced to create my own job and find my own ways to provide for my children as she braids hair, writes grants, paints and delivers. Hall questioned Dolezal about her hair and the former NAACP leader claimed that she was wearing it in braids to advertise her business as she had not been able to find other jobs. I'm in braids right now and for a practical reason advertising what I do to provide for my children, Dolezal said, as she appeared on the show with a map of Africa in the background. I've been braiding for over 20 years. I started with applying for all of the things I was qualified for, she said of her job prospects, and after interviews and getting turned down, I even applied to jobs that didn't even require being a maid at a hotel, working at a casino. I wasn't able to get any of those jobs either. Share this article. Dolezal said that employers never told her the scandal about her false identity was the reason why she didn't get a job, but that it was hard when the internet contained information that was inaccurate about her. Dolezal pushed her book as she claimed it was the only true place for her story and complained that people aren't going to seek out my book if they're just looking for an employee. A mother, an activist, and an artist, that's really who I am, Dolezal continued. When it comes to race and identity, I've always identified racially as human but have found more of a home in black culture and the black community, and that doesn't. I'm still the same person I was in May of 2015 and still doing the work and still pressing forward, but it has been really not having a job for 6 years, having to create my own job and find my own ways to provide for my children through braiding hair, through grant writing to bring funds into marginalized communities and black-owned businesses and nonprofits, through painting, through doing pep talks on Cam.com, she added. Dolezal said that she had hoped by changing her name 3 years ago to Nkechi Amare Diallo, which she claimed was given to her by an Igbo man, things would change but that she was still recognized. I really wanted to be seen for my qualification when I applied for a job, and as it turns out, when I turn up for the interview, I'm still me. A lot of people knew my face, so I didn't move past that interview stage. Dolezal said she still remains hopeful, however, after moving to Arizona last year and had revamped her resume and would be looking for teaching job. The infamous race faker, who has said she is transracial, equating her experience to that of being transgender, remained defiant in talking to Hall, stating that she couldn't change who she is and would not. It's definitely been a long 6 years, said Dolezal, but I really strongly believe that as a person, you have to just continue to be who you are, and you can't change who you are. It's more a story of becoming than changing, she hit back as Hall said that she had previously changed to try to pass as a black woman. It's more a story of finding a home culturally. It's not somehow pretending, faking or changing, it's just becoming, and if I have changed then there would be this flip-flopping, or maybe I would have scraped everything up. This is really just who I am, so I believe that if I'm going to continue to live, I'm going to continue to be who I am in the midst. Dolezal added that it was really tough to be targeted online as more race fakers emerged last. If somebody's name comes up attached to what people feel is a problematic identity, then there are hashtags and there are memes, she said. In 2015, a local news reporter in Washington outed Dolezal after revealing her Montana parents, Ruth Ann and Lawrence Dolezal, where high school pictures emerged of Dolezal before she had made attempts to cast herself as a black woman. She was sacked from her job with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, and subsequently dismissed from her position as an instructor in Africana Studies at Eastern Washington University. The controversial civil rights activist would later argue that she was transracial and has said she did nothing wrong in not correcting assumptions. Dolezal began to try and rebuild her image with a Netflix documentary in 2018, The Rachel Divide. She then attempted to generate some income writing a memoir entitled In Full Color, but things fell apart once again after being accused of welfare fraud for failing to report $84,000 in earnings to Washington State's Department of Social and Health Services. In May 2018, Dolezal was charged with theft by welfare fraud, perjury and false verification for public assistance. Court documents allege that she illegally received $8,747 in food assistance and $100 in child care assistance from August 2015 through November 2017. Dolezal settled in a Washington court in April, agreeing to pay an undisclosed restitution and complete 120 hours of commute. She was previously married to a black man, Kevin Moore, who She divorced in 2005. The mother of 3 sons claims she was too black. Race faking has become a frequent phenomenon in the United States. In January, Natasha Licia Orabanan, senior counsel at the Latino Justice Puerto Rican Legal Defense and Education Fund, revealed that she is white despite having claimed Puerto Rican and Colombian heritage. Just last September, a community activist from Indiana who campaigned for racial justice outed herself after posing as a black person for years despite being white. Sachuel Cole, or Jennifer Lynn Benton, admitted in a Facebook post to having taken up space as a black person while the activist, from Indianapolis, was a member of the Indy 10 Black Lives Matter group and in 2017 acted as a spokesperson for the family of Aaron Bailey, who was shot and killed by police following a traffic stop in June 2017. That same week, University of Wisconsin-Madison graduate student C.D. Vitola Haddad resigned from a teaching role after admitting to lying about Vitola Haddad pretended on multiple occasions to be black or Latino, although the teacher is actually Southern Italian and Sicilian. Vitola Haddad confessed to the deception in 2 Medium blog posts and apologized for every ounce of heartbreak and betrayal caused by the Jessica Krug, 38, a white professor of African American studies, confessed in a Medium post earlier in September that she had been faking being black for years. The professor at George Washington University admitted she had deceived colleagues and students for years. Krug grew up as a white Jewish child in Kansas City but assumed a series of different black identities throughout her career. She confessed in a Medium blog post on September. Krug resigned from her role at the university following a backlash over the deception. Michelle Moyd, the Ruth N. Halls Associate Professor in the Department of History at IU, said that the recent spike in the exposure of race fakers will have extremely negative effects on the black. Each time one of these frauds is exposed, the people around them are left to pick up the pieces.